is called Stick It Out.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Stick It Out Season 2. This is episode 4. If this is your first time here, why are you in episode 4? Go back and watch it. But if you just need a quick refresher, this is the show where we take 5 Rush songs that we aren't that big on. We spin a wheel and we have to listen to that song regularly for 2 weeks to see if our opinions of that song have changed. I'm your host, Ghost Rider Hyduck. Joining with me, I have Ralph Sector A, Jared Barchetta, and Patrick Mest I Can. We had a pretty interesting set of songs, so let's just get right into it. Ralph, what did you think of your song, Lakeside Park?
Well, Lakeside Park, musically, I always thought that even I Think I'm Going Bald was better musically.
Whoa.
I know.
Wow.
Take alert already. Man, let me get
Just,
some water.
lobbing grenades from the start. All right, go ahead, Ralph.
Ralph's
That's
like,
it. Yeah, I mean, Willows in the breeze. I never really dug the song too much. I would listen to it. I know they hadn't played it for a while and they did bring it back for R40. So and even let me quote Getty here for a second. If I hear Lakeside Park on the radio, I cringe. What a lousy song. Still, I don't regret anything I've done. That's from Raw Magazine, 1993. So listening to it, I would listen to the whole Carissa Steele album, and so I think it did grow on me. I don't think it's like crafted in my top 100 songs, but I could dig it and understand what it means to the Rush history and themselves. Neil's childhood and all the nostalgia that goes with the song. So it did grow on me, and I do like it a lot more now, and I like Carissa Steele even a little more than I used to.
There you go. Very solid. Wow. It was so perplexing seeing this song on your wheel. And I'm sure a lot of other Rush fans and people watching the show probably thought the same exact thing too.
Mm-hmm. I still stand behind that statement musically.
For me, it's my favorite song on Caress, and I said this in the last episode, and it's a top 50 Rush song in my opinion.
Okay.
But,
I don't think it cracked the top 100 for me, but it's probably out of the bottom 25.
Wow, it was all the way down there?
So. I'd say top 50, but I'd say top 75 for me. Okay. Top 75, yeah.
I don't even really know where I would rank it. It's just its own just awesome beast. I don't know.
Yeah.
I would love to hear Getty's opinion on his 1993 quote, after they played it on the R40 tour, because it rocked on that tour.
Yeah, and they played it every show.
Yeah, it was,
yeah.
It just really seemed like they were into, kind of reliving their glory days a little with that one. Mm-hmm. That and What You're Doing. It was just like, what a throwback. What a trip into the time machine, except it's being played by these guys in their 60s.
Yeah. Super
I'm surprised Getty said that in the early 90s. So much was shifting in music at that time. They've been around 20 years at that point. It wouldn't surprise me if maybe, he would say something like that at that time. But I think now it's probably come back around for him.
Yeah, for sure. I'm sure at that point too, he's probably pretty critical of like the musicianship of Rush, because that was when they started changing back from synth pop into like the heavier stuff. So I'm sure he was probably a little bit more critical of himself back then too.
Well, he was on the interview with Tim and Alex on the Strombo show. I'm getting the name wrong, and he was even starting to criticize Carissa Steele there.
Yeah, he did again too.
But I mean, also it's kind of famously known that Neil used to say he wishes Rush had begun at moving pictures, which is
that's true.
Yeah,
I don't know if he really felt that way all the way to the end, but that to me was just perplexing.
Yeah.
That was stunning to me as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so much there. Especially, that's a whole other thing we could get into from there. That'd be a good roundtable.
That's a round table,
actually. That's a whole round table right there. Yeah, so I'll just switch into my song, Sweet Miracle. So with Sweet Miracle, I'm pretty sure I said this on the last episode. It was just a song that I never really listened all the way through. Like I did when I did like a big like Discog deep dive all the way through. But when it came to Sweet Miracle, it was just like whenever it came on shuffle, I would just stick around for the first couple of lyrics because I really liked how Getty would sing the "I was standing on the reef when the tide came in" line, which that's a very, very good line in the song, and he delivers it so well. But I just switched it off right after that because it was just like I didn't really see anything else in the song. So getting to listen to it like just throughout this just throughout these 2 weeks, it's just a mid-tempo, solid rocker rush song. Kind of does its, I don't really know like if it carries the pace all that well through Vapor Trails. I forget exactly where it comes in, but I remember kind of like stepping back at me and like, oh, this is kind of, it's a little bit different, but okay. But overall, I think the song grew on me pretty well. It's maybe not one I'm going to be seeking out all that well, but you know, it's something I appreciate. If it comes on shuffle, I'm not going to switch it off. I really like Neil's drums on this song. I like how in the verses it's really driving. I like how he kind of spices it up on the hi-hat and the choruses. Alex does a great job. I really like his guitar work in it. And when it comes to the difference between the original version of this song from 2002 compared to the version that was remixed in 2013, I believe, I would probably say I prefer the remix on this one. It just makes everything a little bit, just comes out cleaner, a little bit more. I actually prefer a lot of the OG tracks. So this one was surprising to come back. Yeah. Oh yeah, man. I can't listen to the new Ceiling Unlimited. I can't do that. I know, I get it gave Alex a guitar solo, but just it's so much better on the OG, man. But yeah, overall not Vapor Trails.
That's
yeah.
another roundtable right there.
Another discussion.
right there.
Debate those two because
The remix
Yeah.
unlocked that album for me.
yeah.
Mhm. I get
Yes,
that. I
another
don't know.
discussion.
Yeah, it's a whole other discussion right there. But yeah, overall, Sweet Miracle is one I've enjoyed a little bit more. Probably not the highlight that I've rediscovered through Stick It Out, but you know, it's a pretty solid song in and of itself.
I will say about Sweet Miracle, like the way I came into to be introduced to Rush fans is that I did this big walk across America, and when I started, I was standing on a reef when the tide came in because I was like starting in the Pacific Ocean. And I'll tell you, when you do this kind of thing, it's very lonely and isolating, and you're not really able to listen to music or podcasts or anything. Well, Sweet Miracle was stuck in my head for like 2 weeks. I'm not kidding, like 2 straight weeks. I was like, I can't get this song out of my head. Like I'm just singing it constantly.
It
It's all
is
because
catchy.
I said that, but I kind of like when I was standing there the first day, that lyric came into my mind, and I was like, oh damn it, like this is stuck in my head. So that's one thing. The second was, I don't know what I was curious what you think, Ryder, and the other guys. The lyric where Getty just screams out salvation, that really turned me off. Like because you know
Yeah.
Neil is like really anti-religion, and I found like to forget it to just be like, oh salvation, sweet salvation or something. I was like, this part's weird. I wish they had left that out.
Yeah, there's a lot of there's some of the chanting stuff in like later in the song. I'm not that big on the chorus is a little for me. I think the chorus is still fine. I don't know. I think it's just the way they like layer the vocals on top of each other. I don't know if that's just me listening to the remixed version or not, but there's a lot of things about Sweet Miracle, but you know, it's whatever. I'm going to be going back to the song and listening to it if it pops up when I go through Vapor Trails inevitably again. I'm going to just, you know, I'll get through it. I did look it up. This song comes in between Earthshine and Nocturne, which is a really weird pace breaker because, you know, Earthshine's still a little bit more mid-tempo, but like you got Nocturne right after that. It's just kind of a really strange place for that song on the record, but really I don't really know where else it would go. Maybe in between How It Is and Vapor Trail, but then that kind of just makes the pace of that part of the album a little bit slower too. But yeah, Sweet Miracle is its own weird little enigma in the very large body that is Vapor Trails. But you know, if it comes back on, I'll give it another listen. Awesome. So Jared, what did you think about your song?
Okay, so here we go. Freeze time. I listened, at least 15 times. It starts off nice. I like the way it starts off. It's kind of like just this little cool bit, and then there's like a bit some bass, and then some like high guitar, I'd say, and then there's some rocking guitar, so it's like, oh, okay, this has potential. But having listened to it several times, like I'm just gonna quote a couple things here. Like I'm reminded of this quote from Seinfeld where, like, so I listened to Freeze and I'm thinking, God, it's like a big budget movie with a story that goes nowhere. Like that's just kind of like what it reminds me of. Like there's no guitar solo to speak of, and I kind of, I feel like it had a lot of potential, but I don't know. Have you guys ever seen the movie Big? When
Oh yeah.
they're sitting around, and this is when Tom Hanks is an adult, and he's at one of the toy company meetings, and a guy's like debuting his toy, and Tom Hanks just looks at the toy and goes, "I don't get it." And it like really pisses off the guy. He's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, I just don't get it." And that's just kind of how I feel about Freeze. Like I don't get it. And like there's a moment, it's about 5:30 into it. It seems like it's gonna wrap up, and it's got like, good parts to it and some great drumming, and then it just seems like it's gonna wrap up, and then all of a sudden they go, sometimes I freeze.
Sometimes I freeze. Sometimes I freeze.
Like again, and I'm like, why did you an extra 45 seconds? So I feel like it could have been better if they wrapped it up there. But I just don't understand what they were trying to accomplish with this song. So it's I won't skip it. I appreciate it more, but I don't love it a lot more than I did before. Yeah.
Yeah. So to sum up what Jared said, it is not only the best song on Vapor Trails, but it is the best part of the whole Freeze trilogy, or I guess quadrilogy
The Fear
now.
trilogy, yeah. The
Fear,
Fear.
yeah, the Gangster of
If
Both.
there's a
Which one?
Freeze trilogy, I don't want to hear it. But
Yeah, it is. Yeah, man. I'm still on the boat. They should have played Freeze live. I think that would have been so. I love Freeze, man. It might.
I'm shocked that you love it.
Might be one of my
Should have
favorite
brought
songs.
back the Fear.
Yeah, should have brought it all the way back on Russian
Should've
Radio
brought it
or
forward.
Vapor Trails tour. Yeah, that would have been so cool. But yeah,
Anyone
Freeze.
else? Ralph or Patrick? Do you
Yeah.
guys like it?
I like Freeze, yeah.
Yeah,
I like that it like something about the music in it makes me feel this like creepy tension like while
Yeah.
I'm listening to it, which is unsettling but also impressive that they can do that musically. Like I
Mhm.
don't feel comfortable listening to that song,
Yeah,
but it works.
yeah. Now that you mentioned it, it's a really like just the way that like the because it's I think it's in 7/8. I want to say it's in a really weird time signature, but just the way the drums like never let down, like in the song, like even in like the slower parts of the song where it kind of mellows out, the drums are still driving it, and the bass line, how it's just straight Getty flamenco the whole time, just dun, 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 dun. I would say even more driving than the guitar, which when the guitar even comes in, it's just all the way up, really, really, it's almost like an alarm. I think other than Witch Hunt, and maybe not even, I would venture to say that Freeze is the most fear that I feel when I listen through the Fear trilogy. Like the opening to Witch Hunt makes me uneasy, but like,
Yeah.
dude, the freaking Enemy Within, that's not scary.
And
The
what's
Weapon,
other one?
I can't stop thinking
Oh, The
about
Weapon.
Count Floyd. And then, Witch Hunt's
The
Witch
3D
Hunt.
Yeah, you're
glasses.
just laughing.
Yeah, put on your 3D glasses.
Yeah.
1/2 D.
One
Yeah.
yeah.
I think you're right, Ghost Rider. I would say the Free
Yeah.
song might be the actual most fearful of the
Oh,
four songs.
Best I Can. You would say that.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, man.
I mean, honestly, Ralph Sector A should be in the Freeze quintilogy because that's a scary
Yeah.
song. Okay,
Mhm.
that's a
I feel
really
more
Yeah.
fear
scary
than
song.
I feel more fear listening to Red Sector A than I do Enemy Within, because
Yeah.
it's got a really
That's
bouncy
a good
bass
point.
line, man, and where he just goes, hey, yeah, like I don't know, man, you're kind of conflicting vibes
Yeah.
right there.
it's a little bouncy for a song that's supposed to be about fear.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well, it didn't move the needle much for me, but I do appreciate that it's got a lot of cool parts in it. Yeah.
For sure. So let's
All right.
close this out. Patrick, what did you think about your song?
All right, well, I did the best I can for the last few weeks, and look, I came into this with an open heart and open mind. All these songs, I'm rooting for each song to grow on me. That's the goal. That's the hope. So I can't lie to you guys. I can't come through this and say that I like Countdown anymore, because I love it.
Let's
I love it.
Wow.
Love it.
Let's go.
Love this
Let's go.
song. Let's go. Let's go.
Yes.
So I love this song. It's amazing. And I think I just had such a bad perspective for this song. Like, this is a very cinematic song in kind of like Red Barchetta and others. And once I was going into it with like that mindset, and then like I was watching some videos of spaceships going up and like, seeing all the people gathered around, and it's a hot night and it's Florida, it's sweaty, you got the choppers everywhere, you got the countdown. Like this is like a little mini movie going on in my head listening to this song. So it's awesome. It all works. I love Geddy's synth in the song. I just love the way it kind of just builds up and drives, and it just really paints a picture in your mind, and it's awesome. It kicks ass. It's a great song. I love it.
That's great, man. That's so good that you turned around on the song like that. I adore Countdown, man. It's so good. If you want to see I'm not going to ramble on about it. If you want to see my thoughts, check out the Rush Roundtable episode we did on it. Great panel, great team, just awesome insight on it. But I will ask you, what do you think about Countdown as the closer to Signals? Because if I remember correctly, I think you said you said something about you'd rather have Losing It and the album.
Yeah, it's interesting. Before, when I wasn't really hot on Countdown, I would have preferred Losing It to be the end. Now, too soon to say, because I've just been listening to Countdown so much. I haven't been listening to Signals in its entirety much.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to put a pin in that. But I guess I would say my initial thought is I'm probably fine with it now, because so many of the other Rush closers tend to be more kind of upbeat or triumphant songs, it seems like.
Yeah.
Minus The Garden, the saddest song of all time. Jesus. But yeah, so many of those closers are pretty just like kick-ass great songs. Mm-hmm. So I think Countdown certainly fits that mold.
There we
they
go.
put a lot of thought into the order? I don't know. What do you guys think?
I was talking of, like, on the round table, one of the things we discussed was how it transitions into Grace Under Pressure. And it's kind of like, because there's like the theme of there's just like this one connective theme of just like growing up and moving on that comes through Signals. Like, as you listen through the songs, you can kind of like get that image out. And Countdown is like the ultimate send off to that, because it's like onwards and upwards into the future. And then as it goes into Grace Under Pressure, that's kind of like Grace Under Pressure is kind of like the bleak future and like everything that could be wrong. That's just where I see Countdown as.
Do you get a chance to listen to the non-NASA version where there's just the music?
If this process wasn't going well, I think I would have checked that out to maybe help kind of, steer me back in a positive direction. But I was about halfway through and I was feeling really good about the song and really liking it. So I was like, I'm just going to keep it pure and just stay with the song as is. But if I was at that midpoint and things weren't going well, I probably would have listened to that. But appreciating the cinematic nature of the song, the NASA command narration totally worked in that mindset.
And now you want to be an astronaut, right?
That's right.
But I'll watch a video or watch it in person.
Oh,
My
wow,
ears
awesome.
pop, I get uncomfortable in planes. It's not a good scene for me. So I'm good.
Hmm.
All right.
Okay.
Well, there you go. That's one of the best, honestly, I think best to this season that we've had with a song. So because this is episode 4 and we really only have one song left, there's no reason for us to roll the wheel. So what we're just going to do here now is announce what songs we're going to have for episode 5. Ooh, very exciting. So with Ralph, the final song that he will have is Rivendell from Fly By Night. Ralph, what are your opinions on Rivendell at the moment?
Well, at the moment, it's a song. I think I said at the beginning of this series it's a pretty song about elves that I never need to hear again. So here I am going to go with listening it for at least 20 times for the next 2 weeks, and I'm dreading it and maybe looking forward to it. Like I never gave this, maybe I didn't give the song a chance. Like really, just I can see myself sitting there listening to Rush, reading the lyrics, but I don't think I've ever really done that for Rivendell. So just really concentrating on what this song is. So I'm hopeful at this point.
My students like to say you're dealing, like you have to deal with it. And I would say you're going to Riven deal with that song.
Oh, jeez,
man. That is, I think having to listen to Rivendell 20 times is a worse punishment than best I can, honestly.
Yeah.
It's just,
but we gave it to ourselves.
We gotta do it. We gotta do it.
This is all self-inflicted pain.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
What do you have, Ryder?
So my song that I'm going to have is In the End, also from Fly By Night.
Yeah.
My thing with this song, get ready. I've never listened through it all the way. I've never listened through In the End all the way.
Blasphemy.
Okay, so here's where I'm at. Here's where I'm at. Even when I went through the entire Rush discography my first time, I can distinctly remember this exact thought going through my head. I was in the intro for In the End, and like just as the electric guitars were starting to come in, and I just thought to myself, God, I can't wait to listen to Caress of Steel, which is the first time that anyone has ever said that sentence ever. But yeah, I mean, I've gone like I'd listened through a good chunk of it, but it's kind of like, honestly, it's giving me before and after vibes, which if you can, at least from the song structure of it, from what I can remember of it, I like the intro to the song, but just the second it goes out of that, I just stopped listening to it. And I don't know, because I listen to Rush on shuffle. So whenever I hear a song that I'm not all that into, I just skip it instantly to like see if I can I get like a Red Sector A or anything from Test for Echo.
You mean Ralph Sector
A? Ralph Sector A, yeah. But yeah, I'm just, In the End is a song that I've never really given that large of a chance to, and I know that that's blasphemy for the Rush community. Once again, I will stress that here, all Rush is good Rush. It's just one that I've never just been all the way through, and I'm very excited to correct that answer because I know that it's going to be a song that I'm going to turn around on, and I'm extremely hopeful of that. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, you're going to like it, and I think your before and after comparisons, you're going to sit there the whole time and go, no.
Yeah.
Also, listen to the All the World's a Stage version. It's really good. There's some really cool parts where there's like this echo effect on Geddy's vocals at some cool points in the song. Really powerful. Great stuff.
Okay. I'll give that one a shot too. I'll bounce back and forth between the two.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, next up with Jared, we have Time and Motion from Test for Echo. So what do you have to say about this one?
My second Test for Echo song. I mean, I certainly think it's the worst song on that album, but
shut up. Shut up.
One of them has to be Ryder. You can't have them all at the top. Okay. I mean, I think Countdown's the worst song on Signals. That doesn't make it a bad song. It's just Signals is a great album. Okay. I mean, seriously, go do this exercise. Go find yourself the
Mhm.
worst song on Power Windows. Okay, have fun with that. Okay, it's really hard. Or moving pictures, it's really difficult to
That's
pinpoint which one
impossible.
it is. Yeah, but so Time and Motion. I just never got into it. It's like it's similar to Freeze. It's like time and motion, wind and sun and rain.
Time and motion, wind and sun and rain.
I just never really wanted to hear it, and so I'm looking forward to the experience of just what it'll be like to go through it. But I'm dreading it a bit. Yeah, it's a bottom 10
man.
Rush song for me for sure.
Whoa.
Current, yeah.
That's a lot, man. Dude, okay, this is what I did. This is what I did when I went into Time and Motion, because originally I wasn't that big of a fan. This was before I was like test for Echo Defender, man. But I
It's superhero name.
yeah, I know. I'm pitching it to Marvel right now. But
Yes.
this is what I did. I kind of looked at it as like, you know how like Rush always has like a studio song that they like didn't intend on playing live, which they did play the song live, but I kind of went into that with like that lens, and also as this is the proggiest song on this album. I think if you think about it like that and start listening for like the more complex stuff in it, you're going to start noticing some things, and that's where it kind of blew up for me. That's why I got so angry at you for saying it was the worst song on that album, man.
Well, what is
Honestly,
the
I
worst
don't-
song on that album? Tell us.
Carve
I don't
away the
even know,
stone.
man.
No, that jumped up.
Carve Away the Stone
spot.
is the one I listen to the least. I like them
Right.
all, but I'm just going to default to that.
I don't like the studio version of Resist. I'm a Russian Rio for Resist guy. All the
Yeah,
time.
the acoustic
that's
version
a top
is-
15 Rush song. Russian. The
There you go.
Resist, okay,
Yes.
in my opinion.
I can get with that one.
All right, Patrick.
I was
Oh,
on.
wait.
Wait, if you mind, just a second. I was on Rush Roundtable episode 77. Top 5 songs you missed in concert. Top Time and Motion was my number 1.
Whoa.
Then I was on episode 101 where you
Sure,
made your own
it's
Rush
good.
compilation, and I named it "Live and Love and Dream." It was and started with Time and Motion. So I love that song.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, geez. Okay, Time and Motion. Also, to carry on something that you said earlier in that, my least favorite song on Moving Pictures is Limelight. I'm going to not elaborate on that at all.
I'm out.
Patrick.
See you later. I'm
Oh my god. Yeah, I am out.
What are we doing
Wow.
here?
Patrick.
We
Patrick.
gotta
Pumped?
call that a
Am I getting
generation.
pumped?
Are you
I'm
kidding?
not elaborating on that one at all. Patrick.
That'll just
Your
oh
song.
my
Go
God,
on
just
after that.
everyone comment on that.
Yeah,
Flame
leave your
him in the
thoughts on that
comments.
hot take.
Is that
Leave
what
that
kids say? I don't know.
Wait, burn him, roast him.
cancel me.
All right, Patrick, what do you have? Speed of love?
Yes,
Yes.
The Speed of Love is your final song from Counterparts. Patrick, what do you think about this one?
Speaking of self-inflicted pain, I'm regretting. I have a lot of regrets here because it's like I'm on this high from Countdown, and now I'm just gonna go
Yeah.
into just mid-tempo, slow Rush love song, and it's like. Meanwhile,
Patrick,
Moving
My
Pictures
heart
40
goes out
just
to
came-
you.
Moving Pictures 40 just came out. And I just want to listen to that live bonus material like 24/7. But now I got to make time for Speed of Love. So, got myself into this. This is not the best I can right now, but we're gonna have to make it happen. So, I'm not feeling good about this, guys. Not feeling good. Not feeling good at all.
Worst song on Counterparts, in my opinion.
I did this to myself.
That I
'cause
might be
like
able to agree with.
I like all the other songs on Counterparts, so I was like, I want to try and fill out this, album, and I'm trying to be truthful here. It's a song that I don't like, and this is Stick It Out. So here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll see.
there we go, man. So we have some very interesting final songs here. A lot of different personal histories with them. Just some straight dislikes. I've heard just some, what'd you say, bottom 15 Rush song for Time and Motion?
I said bottom 10. So
Bottom 10.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet Lord. So
So you have
yeah.
Feedback and debut album songs potentially over it?
Yeah.
well, certainly some
yeah.
debut song albums for songs. For
Well, yeah,
sure.
Working Man,
Feedback,
Finding
no.
My Way. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
what you're doing, those, but no
If-
feedback. Feedback I don't count.
Okay, I was about to say, if you think 7 and 7 is better than Time and Motion, I'm I don't know. I'm taking you off the show, man. We can replace you last episode.
You just said
But,
Limelight.
You just said Limelight's the worst song in moving
Okay.
pictures. Get out of here.
You're off.
All
You're
right.
off of Rush fans for that one.
All right. Well, join us for the thrilling conclusion of Stick It Out Season 2 with Episode 5. Don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified when Episode 5 comes out, along with the other shows that we have on here, like Rush Roundtable and Rush Deep Dive. Don't forget to like the video and comment down below too.
Blame
What
him.
are you? What song are you on? Oh yeah. What do you think about my opinion on Limelight? But also we hope that you're playing along with us still. Share with us if you're doing your own Stick It Out journeys, share where you're at right now, or if you're sticking with one of ours, what do you think? And also just leave your thoughts on the songs that we had in the comments below. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you in episode 5. Later.